There is a movement happening deep inside your spirit right now. You may not fully understand it yet. You may not even have words for it, but heaven sees it clearly. God is working within you in ways your eyes cannot yet see. The pressure you have been feeling, the emotions you have been carrying, the sleepless nights, the moments of confusion, and the silent battles in your heart were never meaningless. Something is shifting inside you right now, and this shift is preparing you for a season you once prayed for. God says, "You have cried enough over doors that were never meant for you. You have spent enough time questioning your worth because of rejection. I did not create you to remain trapped in fear, doubt, or disappointment. I am awakening something powerful within your soul. What you thought was the end was only preparation for a new beginning." There were moments when you believed nothing was changing. You looked around and saw the same problems, the same struggles, and the same unanswered prayers. But while you were waiting outside, God was transforming you inside. The greatest miracles often begin where nobody can see them. Before the tree becomes visible above the ground, its roots must first grow deep beneath the surface. In the same way, God has been strengthening your spirit in hidden places. You have survived things that should have broken you. You walked through storms that left you exhausted. Some people abandoned you when you needed support the most. Others misunderstood your silence and judged your pain without knowing your story. Yet through every difficult moment, God stayed beside you. Even when you felt alone, heaven never stepped away from you. God says, "I was protecting you when you thought I was delaying you. I was guiding you when you thought you were lost." Every closed door, every setback, and every painful goodbye carried a purpose greater than you understood. What is happening inside you now is not destruction. It is transformation. Something within you is waking up. Your spirit is becoming stronger than your fear. Your faith is becoming louder than your doubts. The old version of you is slowly fading away. The version that constantly begged for acceptance, the version that settled for less, the version that carried guilt from the past. God is healing those broken places one by one. There is a reason you no longer feel comfortable in environments that once felt normal. There is a reason certain conversations now drain your spirit. There is a reason your heart has started craving peace more than attention. God is changing your desires because He is changing your direction. The shift may feel uncomfortable because growth often is. Caterpillars cannot become butterflies without first leaving behind the form they once knew. In the same way, God is asking you to release old thinking patterns, toxic attachments, and habits that no longer belong in your future. You are not losing yourself. You are becoming who God created you to be. God says, "Stop speaking defeat over your life. Stop calling yourself weak when I have placed strength inside you. Stop believing the lie that you are forgotten. I know your name. I know your tears. I know every battle you fight in silence. And I tell you today that your breakthrough is closer than you think." The enemy tried to convince you that your life would never improve. He wanted you to believe that your mistakes were permanent and your future was ruined. But God is not limited by your past. One moment of His favor can change everything. One divine opportunity can restore years of loss. One answered prayer can shift the direction of your entire life. You may feel tired right now, but do not give up. The process you are in is producing something beautiful within you. Diamonds are formed under pressure. Gold is purified through fire. Strong faith is built during difficult seasons. The pain you survived did not come to destroy you. It came to prepare you. God says, "You are entering a season where peace will replace confusion, joy will replace heaviness, clarity will replace uncertainty. The tears you cried in private will become testimonies that inspire others. I am turning your wounds into wisdom and your struggles into strength." There were nights when you prayed with a heavy heart, wondering if heaven was listening. There were mornings when getting out of bed felt like a battle. Yet every prayer reached God's ears. Not one tear was wasted. Heaven records the pain that nobody else notices. Sometimes God allows isolation because He needs your attention away from distractions. He pulls you away from noise so you can finally hear his voice clearly. The loneliness you felt was not punishment. It was preparation. God was separating you from what was draining your spirit so he could fill you with something greater. Something is shifting inside you right now. Your mindset is changing. Your spirit is becoming more sensitive to truth. Your heart is learning to trust God even without immediate answers. That is growth. That is maturity. That is spiritual transformation. God says, do not fear the changes happening around you. Some people are leaving because they cannot go where I am taking you. Some opportunities are ending because better ones are coming. Trust me even when you cannot see the full picture. You have spent too much time underestimating yourself. You forgot how valuable you truly are. The world may have treated you as ordinary, but heaven sees you as chosen. God placed gifts inside you that are meant to bless others. Your voice matters. Your presence matters. Your future matters. The enemy attacks people who carry purpose. The battles you faced were proof that your life carries meaning. But every attack against you will fail because God's hand remains upon your life. No darkness can stop what heaven has already ordained. God says, you are stronger than the fear trying to silence you. You are wiser than the confusion trying to distract you. You are more loved than the loneliness trying to convince you otherwise. I created you with intention, and your story is not over. There is healing happening inside your heart right now. The wounds from betrayal are healing. The scars from rejection are healing. The disappointment from delayed prayers is healing. God is carefully restoring the pieces of you that life tried to break. Forgive yourself for the seasons when you doubted your worth. Forgive yourself for the moments when fear controlled your decisions. You were learning. You were surviving. And now you are growing. Something beautiful begins the moment a person stops chasing temporary validation and starts seeking God's direction instead. Peace enters the heart. Wisdom increases. Strength returns. That is the shift taking place inside you now. God says, you do not need to force what I have already planned for you. What belongs to you will arrive at the right time. What leaves your life was never meant to remain forever. Trust my timing. Many people only notice miracles after they become visible, but true faith trusts God before the breakthrough appears. Even now, while you cannot yet see the full outcome, heaven is arranging things in your favor. Doors are opening behind the scenes. Divine connections are forming. Opportunities are moving toward you. You may feel emotional lately because your spirit senses change before your eyes see it. God often stirs the heart before he changes the situation. That discomfort you feel is not random. It is preparation for transition. God says, I am removing fear from your spirit. I am breaking chains that kept you trapped in insecurity and doubt. You will not remain stuck in the same cycle forever. Freedom is coming. There are blessings attached to your obedience. Every time you chose kindness instead of bitterness, heaven noticed. Every time you kept praying despite disappointment, heaven noticed. Every time you stood back up after falling, heaven noticed. Your consistency in difficult seasons is not forgotten. The shift happening inside you will soon become visible around you. Your thinking will change. Your habits will change. Your relationships will change. Your future will change. People who once overlooked you will witness the favor of God upon your life. God says, do not rush the process. Seeds need time before harvest appears. I am building a foundation within you that will sustain the blessings I am sending. If I gave everything too early, it would crush you instead of helping you. Patience is difficult when your heart is desperate for change, but delay does not mean denial. God knows the exact moment your breakthrough should arrive. Trusting him during the waiting season develops strength you could never gain otherwise. You are closer to your breakthrough than you realize. The darkness often becomes strongest right before sunrise. In the same way, your current struggle may be the final stage before a major turning point. God says, I am breathing new life into your dreams. The hope you lost will return. The confidence you once carried will rise again. You will smile again. You will feel peace again. You will love life again. Do not allow temporary pain to convince you that your future is hopeless. Seasons change, storms pass, healing comes, joy returns, and God remains faithful through it all. Something is shifting inside you right now. The chains of fear are weakening. The burden of the past is lifting. The voice of doubt is losing power. A new level of faith is rising within your spirit. One day you will look back and realize this difficult season was not the end of your story. It was the moment God began transforming you into someone stronger, wiser, and more faithful than ever before. God says, keep moving forward. Keep trusting me. Keep praying even when you feel weak. I am leading you toward a future greater than you can currently imagine. What I started in your life, I will complete. So today, release the fear. Release the guilt. Release the pressure to understand everything immediately. Trust the process God is guiding you through. Even now, while you read these words, heaven is working on your behalf. Something is shifting inside you right now. And this shift is leading you toward the life God prepared for you long before you ever understood the journey.